Hello, my fellow Saggies. Hope everyone is doing fabulous today. Okay, so today's message for May, is it 19th? Let me check. Okay, so something might be happening on the 19th. I don't know, probably is. We'll see. Okay, so for May 18th, which is Tuesday, okay, today's message is about not so much distractions. I'm not really getting that distraction kind of vibe, but it's more so about beware of the shiny object syndrome. Literally, Sagittarius, we are impulsive. Okay, we are very impulsive, and we're quick to say, oh, look, squirrel, or oh, look at that, and then we're out of here, and it's kind of like a distraction, but it's a little less, it's a little more. If you're Sag, you know exactly what I'm referring to. But we're very creative, we're very inspired, lots of high energy, half man, half horse. It's 1 minute it's this thing, the next minute it's this thing, and we tend to, before we finish implementing one idea, we've already moved on to the next thing, and the result is nothing gets accomplished. Guilty. So guilty. Okay, I'm a Sag completely. Okay, so I took some notes here because we all know distraction is my middle name. So today's message is about, okay, here's what we got. I pulled some cards. We got the Eight of Wands in reverse, Justice, okay? So, again, finish one idea before you switch your focus, okay? Today's message is about focus, okay? Try to keep your focus on point if you can. It will really help a lot. Like balance, especially here with this Libra Justice card. You might be dealing with a Libra, Sag. Balance, it's very important to maintain balance or restore balance, okay? So this is also about resisting change. By you resisting change, you're really just making things harder, okay? You're making things a lot harder. Just let the energy flow. Okay, and I know for a Sag that can be a little bit difficult at times, especially when you're going through a situation. I know exactly what you're going through. Okay, if you're going through something, you can always email me. I'm always here for advice or whatever you need. Okay, trust me, lots of wisdom over here. But this is just making things harder. Try to do things differently. Okay. Try a new routine. This is about patience, okay? This is a lot to do with patience. Significant delays, okay? Some delays might come up, especially, is it Mercury retrograde right now? I think it is, as a matter of fact, but I'm not really sure. Okay, but yeah, try to, there's going to be a lot of delays, especially if it's Mercury retrograde. There's going to be like double delays, okay? But yeah, like especially as a Sag, go with the flow of energy. What do you mean? Like, especially if you're in a place of like you feel stuck, like stuckness. It's like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to go with the flow? There is no flow. Everything's like chaotic and all over the place. And Sagittarius, we tend to be a little bit chaotic as it is, okay, and go with the flow. We're kind of like, and, we do fly by the seat of our pants, but flow, we fly, okay? So yeah, try a new routine. Yeah, just give it a whirl. Try some new activities. Try different locations for whatever, just whatever that means for you, okay? But don't resist change. But when I'm talking about be aware of the shiny object syndrome, Saggies, again, we tend to go for, we see something bright and shiny and we're like, ooh, stop it. Focus on one thing, finish implementing that, and then let's move on to the next. Like, when I think Sag, we are ADHD all the way. Like, I have ADHD, both types. ADD, and I'm hyper. So yeah, you're talking to the master of half man, half horse, okay? So anyway, the Eight of Wands reverse is also about getting your life in order, so therefore you can move forward with your plans. This is also about being unprepared, okay? Being a little bit unprepared. Also, a big thing here is someone is not ready for commitment. They're not. Someone is not ready for commitment, and this can be frustrating. This can speak to frustration in general, okay? Saggies, we tend to get frustrated easily as it is, but you know, just because someone is not ready for commitment, that doesn't mean that they won't be ready soon. But you can't force someone into being ready, okay? All you can do is be patient with them and work through them, you know, work with them, work through them, whatever. Work with them through this time. But you cannot force someone to be ready for something that they're not, okay? The more you push, the more they go away, okay? So a big thing here as far as a relationship goes is jealousy. Someone could be jealous, like someone that you're in a relationship with. And I know that's really hard to explain. I've never really understood that concept, especially in a relationship. Like, how can you be jealous of your partner? Envious, yes. Envious, but jealous? You know, but, you know, that's just something that I guess me as a Sag or as a person needs to work on. I just don't understand how you can be jealous of your partner. I mean, I just always thought if you were in love with them, you know, you'd be happy for them, or everything that they have, you have kind of automatically, sort of, okay? But, so also, the Eight of Wands in reverse talks about hold off on your plans until a situation is more stable, okay? And I'm speaking, talking advice for myself as well, okay? So, again, if anyone needs anything at all, please email me. My email and everything is in the description box. Do not hesitate to send me a vibe, you know, send me a couple words. I'm going through stuff right now too. Everything's like, yeah. So, you know, the important thing in this is about balance, and do understand that you might feel alone. It might very much seem like you're alone, but you're not alone. There's 8 million other people in the world, and I guarantee you one of those people is going through the exact same thing you are, exactly to a T. There's probably somebody out there that looks exactly like you, talks exactly like you, acts exactly like you, and they're going through the exact same thing, okay? So don't think that you are completely alone, okay? Reach out to me if you really need to, because I could use someone to talk to myself, okay? All right, I think that was it for my little note-taking. Oh, yeah. So, with the Eight of Wands reversed and the Justice card next to it, okay, this talks about dishonest, rapid change, okay? This is something that's unfair, okay? Unfair action. This is also majorly about being held accountable for your actions, okay? This isn't just Sag, this is everybody. You are responsible for your actions, your words. You are responsible for you and everything involved with you. You have to be held accountable for everything, good and bad. I cannot stress that enough. I don't care what kind of mental, it's not that I don't care, it's just, it's the truth. Ace of Swords here, okay? It does not matter what you're going through, what type of mental illness, what type of physical illness, it does not matter. Nothing, none of that. I don't want to hear any excuses. You are held accountable for your own actions, period. I always have to be held accountable for mine every time. I have to own up to them, deal with them, all that. Everyone does, okay? That is a big thing I think going on in the world right now. Like, not just in my environment, in the whole world. I feel like there is a little bit of dark energy happening a little bit for everybody, okay? Maybe not, maybe so, whatever. Regardless, if it's dark or if it's pure white, you are accountable. You are 100% accountable for your own actions and the words that come out of your mouth. If you make a mistake, fix it. Okay? If you're not going to fix it, at least own up to it. Don't put that mess off on someone else. Do not leave a mess for someone else to clean up and burden them. You are accountable for your actions. Okay? Don't come to somebody else. Don't cause a problem. Don't cause chaos and then peel. No, because guess what? That mess is still going to be there. It's still going to be there. Whether it's in your head, your heart, wherever, it will still be there. Always, until you clean it up. Okay? I know it sucks. I know we do things and we're like, fuck, I get it. Trust me, I get it. You cannot always be right. You cannot always be right. That's part of life. That's how you get wisdom. Who the hell wants to be right all the time? How do you learn? That's how we learn things. That's how we obtain wisdom. That's life. That's how you have a good life. You make mistakes. You are held accountable for your actions. Period. You cannot always be right. And how boring is that? How boring is it to always be absolutely correct all the time? You'll learn nothing. There's nothing else to learn. Okay? Okay. So, next to that, we have the Four of Wands, Saggy. But, you know, I think what everyone needs to be clear about today is, and actually, I want to give a huge shout out to Sunshine Tarot. She is, oh my gosh, I've been watching her. She's actually one of the very first people that I ever watched when I started watching, not just reading, watching. Like, I started reading tarot 10 years ago or 12 years ago, but I started watching her. She was the very first, her and Soulful Revolution, but Sunshine is my biggest inspiration. I've taken a lot of her, just everything she does in her readings, the way she talks, the way she acts, her professionalism, the way she dresses, her background, everything. Like, huge shout out to her. But she did a reading yesterday. I cannot remember the sign, actually. It might have been Saggy, actually. I can't remember. But either way, she was speaking about how a lot of women, not men, women these days, they don't want to stick anything out. They don't want to stick, like, as far as relationships go, they're quick to leave. They're you know, it's almost petty, but not quite petty, but it's just they're quick to leave. It's like they won't put up with anything. Okay, and a lot of people, they, you know, want to talk about, well, our grandparents and back in the day, they were forced to stay in a situation, and, you know, they went out here and this one had kids with No, a lot of them were not forced to stay in a situation. Yes, some of them were. That doesn't have anything to do with back in the day. Some people are forced to stay in a relationship. Year is irrelevant, okay? Back then, when you got with someone, you stayed with them. You stuck it out through thick and thin. Yes, people cheat. Yes, people make fuck-ups, okay? Things happen. Chaos. Life. Anything, okay? I'm not justifying it, but I'm saying humans are humans. We do things. Why do we do them? There's no excuse. There's no reason for it. We fucked up. Own up to it, okay? But beyond that, this is about people are so quick to just leave. You know, if you can't open a can, well, I'm leaving. Well, then you're going to be alone, okay? And then, you know, people in their pride, in their ego, and they get to them super quick, and I'm fine with being alone. Okay, good. That's awesome. I mean, I'm not. I don't mind being alone, but who really wants to spend the rest of their years alone? Don't you want a companion? You have to pick your battles and stick things out. Plain and simple. Now, I know every situation is different. Every situation is completely different. I'm not justifying anything, but what I'm saying is people are quick, especially women nowadays. They've got this mindset that, well, I'm just going to leave him. I'm going to stand in my power. No, you're not really standing in your power. You know what I mean? If you stayed and chose to stick it out with this person and work through the situation and what is going on, that is standing in your power. Choosing to stay and stick with that person and stick by their side through the thick and the thin, all of it, and have their back no matter what, that is power. Okay? That is something to, ooh, that's a sign. That is something to be proud of. Okay, you're going to end up being a single mom, which is not a bad thing, but at the same time, I've noticed a lot of women, they have relationship after relationship after relationship. Sunshine said this as well, this part. How many, I want you to honestly sit here and think about, how many relationships have you been in that you didn't leave? You chose not to leave. They left. Or they made you leave. How many relationships have you been in that you didn't choose to leave? Okay? Think about that. I asked myself that exact same question. How many relationships have I been in, even minor ones, okay, flings or whatever? How many have I been in that it was not my choice to leave? They broke up with me or they made me leave. Think about that. That really puts things into perspective. Do you really want to split up a family? You know what I'm saying? And trust me, I get that some situations are just different and you have to go. It's a matter of, you know, either life or death, or it's a matter of safety for your children, whatever. Most things, though, minus a few, most things can be worked through. Okay? Alright, so let's move on. let's move forward. Saggy. So we have the Four of Wands next to the Justice and Eight of Wands in reverse. This is juggling. Someone's making a decision. Someone has their guard up big time. Big time. Nine of Wands, that also speaks to a little bit of anxiety. Okay? Three of Pentacles is three people working together. Okay? And then the King of Pentacles. Now, I'm also seeing maybe some counseling. Okay? Some counseling or, yeah, like a mediator. Okay? So, yeah. A psychiatrist. There's some counseling that needs to be done here. Possibly relationship counseling, okay? But it could be individual one-on-one counseling, which I would highly, highly recommend. I have taken myself to counseling before in the past. I took myself. No one had to tell me, okay? It can be a wonderful thing. It can be. I don't know too many people that have had bad experiences with counseling, but, you know, whatever. Comment below if you've had bad experiences. I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but personally, counseling can work wonders. Just to talk and have someone see things from a different perspective, you know, that doesn't have a bias. You know, talking to your partner or your spouse or your best friend or whoever, they kind of already have a little bias because they know you. And, you know, they love you. Oh, there's nothing wrong with you. Okay, so I do believe someone here might have a chemical imbalance. Okay, so you might be, with the Four of Swords, this could be rehab. Okay, this very much could be rehab. Nine of Cups in reverse. So this could be weight gain. I don't know why, but that could be weight gain. Greed. But the Four of Swords speaks about retreat, rest, and recovery, okay? The King of Pentacles with his dog there, and he's got his little thing. That could very much speak of, you know, someone documenting, someone watching you closely. But I'm seeing some sort of hospital setting, whether it be rehab or, I'm not seeing physical injury. I'm seeing more of mental health, okay? So recovery. Recovery does not have to be referring to drugs. Recovery can be a severe chemical imbalance. Recovery can be trauma that you never dealt with as a child. Recovery can be bipolar that never got dealt with. Recovery can be anything it needs to be. So just because someone is in recovery does not mean that they were on drugs or an alcoholic or whatever. It does not mean that there's a substance. All it simply might mean is that there needs to be a substance, and now you are recovering what has been done. Recovering for the future. Okay? Again, I don't know everything, but I do know some things. I'm always taking advice. I'm always checking myself. I'm definitely not perfect. I'm learning every single freaking day. And that is why I can sit here and say these words confidently. Because chances are, and I used to have a best friend, her name was Christina, and I said this to her, and it like clicked in her brain. She was like, "You're right. Every single thing. There is nothing that you cannot tell me that I have not already told myself." I check myself every single day. And I'm really proud of that. That's wisdom. So, yeah, just a little, you know, advice or whatever. Okay? So, yeah, this could be greed. This could be weight gain. So, someone might be sleeping a lot. This could be depression. Yeah. Mental health, okay? Clarity, a clarity of the mind. Okay, then we have Nine of Swords, anxiety, sleepless nights, restlessness. So sleeping all day, staying up all night. Okay, stuck in your head. This is like despair. Okay, it could be depression. It very much could be depression. Yeah, and then the Knight of Pentacles. This is slow and methodical. Okay, there is a path, and you notice how he's kind of looking at everything on his way. Okay, he's looking at everything on his journey. He's looking at the flowers. He's paying attention to detail. Okay, so there's a method. There's a recovery, and there's a method to the recovery. Six of Wands is victory. This is an announcement. Okay, this is an audience. This is a public speaker. Okay, Yep. Let's shuffle those back in. I want to see what comes up, Saggy. I think I'm going to do another Saggy video after this because I kind of went off on a rant, but you know, it just feels really good to part of self-love is, you know, I know for a fact I hate to hear people sit there and it sounds like they just like to hear the sound of their own voice, or they're just boosting, or you know, it's like practice what you preach or whatever. It drives me crazy, almost like a one-upper, like, okay, damn, what else do you know? Do you know everything? But on the other hand of that, self-love, part of self-love is being able to take that wisdom that was so rightfully earned. It took a lot to get there, okay? That was some hard-ass work to obtain that wisdom. Like, it makes me so proud to be able to sit here and speak those words confidently and not worry about what anyone thinks or their opinion, because I have an opinion, you have an opinion, they have an opinion, and it's simple. It's just an opinion. It's not that it's just an opinion. Everyone's got one, and though your opinion does matter, especially to me, you can't worry so much about what other people think of your opinion, okay? So to be able to air out those words confidently and you know, you get it. It feels really good. Healing is, oh my God, you cannot put a value on healing. You really can't. Okay, what else is going on here? Victory announcement. What's the announcement about? What is the announcement about? This is about success too. The Six of Wands is success, okay? So the Queen of Wands, Saggy. The Queen of Wands is, she's about creativity. She is, I want to say no obstacle stands in her way. The Queen of Wands is, gosh. Queen of Wands. How would we explain the Queen of Wands? Let me see. I'll show you what I mean by the Queen of Wands. Where is she? The Queen of Wands is creative. She is a good manager, but that's more so the Queen of Pentacles, okay? The Queen of Wands, she's nurturing. She's not, maybe not as much as the Queen of Cups, but the Queen of Wands is very, very creative. Queen of Cups. Where's she at? There she is. She's focused. She's driven. She's got all these ideas. This is like the spark of a new idea. Thank you. I didn't even know anybody was on here. I didn't think anybody was listening. I was just rambling. Okay, the Queen of Wands is, she's focused, she's driven. This is like a new idea and moving forward with it. This is entrepreneur, I can't even get it out. Entrepreneurial, however you want to say it. Like, she's put the plan into action, and it's going to make something beautiful, okay? This is like a brand new creative adventure, and it's going to work out. There's going to be success, okay? So, moving forward, so we have the Magician, okay? Something you manifested is going to make you very, very happy, Sag. Maybe something that you've wished for. Now, the Magician, that can be a bit tricky. This can be Gemini. I think it's Gemini or Virgo, but I'm just going to go with Gemini because that's what I always say. Look it up. But the Magician, this can be a Gemini, okay? There's a Gemini that makes you really, really, really happy. And I might stop it there and go on to the next Saggy video because I think that's going to be a whole new reading. Also, Saggy, there is a Gemini that is thinking of you right now. It's kind of sad, huh? Yeah. So, yeah. I might do Saggy all day today, honestly. I've noticed a lot of people, like, they only do Scorpio. They only do whatever, Libra. There's one, what's her, Backwards High Priestess Society. I think, I can never remember her name, but she's awesome. Absolutely love her. Big, huge idol. Huge shout outs to, I think it's Backwards High Priestess Society, I think. I don't know. She's in my comments somewhere, but she is awesome. She is freaking awesome. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, she just does Libra a lot, but I've noticed her started doing she started doing other signs. So I kind of just want to do Sag all day today. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna eat a muffin, and then I'm going to be right back. Okay. Okay. Love you guys. BRB.